45 miles separate the cities of Eugene and Corvallis, but the number of barbs and shots thrown back and forth between these two institutions could fill a distance triple that size. What a matchup we have for you in the battle for the state of Oregon. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, the Oregon State Beavers, taking on the 12th-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Ducks will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Beavers offense will have the opening possession of the game. A program whose history is built on speed. Oregon just ran away from the Beavers last time.
And the Ducks were ready to play a year ago. They were ready for a war. They came out, they took it to Oregon State. They didn't back off, Jesse. That game meant a lot to them.
Yeah, they just caught fire early, and Oregon State couldn't put the fire out. They had no answers. Every possession Oregon had, it seemed like they were going up and down the field. So a big challenge for Oregon State in this one is to try to get off to a great start.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Reads it, fires complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Pulls and throws off the RPO. At the 35, he's got room. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. The Beavers come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, the throw. Fires to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Pocket breaking down. They get him up flush, and it pays off the sack at the 20.
There's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last two plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
Here's the pressure. Turning it on. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Makes the grab on the left. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. The official says no good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same. So Oregon's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Wide receiver going in motion. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Oregon.
Okay, ready? Quick release by the QB. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. And the Ducks moving quickly to the line.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Looking to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Turbin.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
The Ducks in a good spot here with second and short. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun snap on third down. Working the middle, it's complete. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. The Ducks are flying down the field. On the option. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Running back searching for a hole. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. And the Ducks come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. He'll ride his man on the option. Breaks into the open. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. Running game got it done on the last play. Now it's first down. Rides the back on the option to get him. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down. The Ducks had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball. Touchdown, Ducks! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? Just under 60,000 in this place, but sometimes it sounds like 600,000. An engineering marvel to hold in all this noise.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. They love their team. They support the Ducks, and they've built traditions and so many teams they should be proud of. Getting them involved early is a great sign for this football game.
Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. The give on the inside. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
At the 40, there he goes. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, get
strong pass rush, gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
But one thing I do know is that quarterback had...
And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
And how about that back-to-back sack? You want 2 sacks in a game. That's a great game. He is flying around, getting to that quarterback and getting him on the ground.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He's got an open man. He stopped short, and it's 4th down. The Beavers will send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. He'll pitch it. And the 4th option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Wants to go up top. Wide open downfield. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. The Ducks want to move quickly. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Wants to throw on first down. They'll run the screen. Turns it on in midfield. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Pulls it in. It's Turbin. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
That's a really nice looking throw. And when I think about the Ducks offense, I think about it.
He'll take a shot. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And what a great moment for that young man right there. That's his first career interception in college football. He's a guy that's worked so hard. He wanted to make an impact for his defense this year, and comes up with a massive play right there.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Trying to buy a little room with that shotgun run, and they were lucky to get it back up to the 3. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Off the play fake. Under fire. The heat got to him, and he just sort of froze and got tackled in the end zone for a safety.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Got him downfield. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one.
This defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense.
They really got this offense humming. Just a 4th play of the drive, and it's 1st and goal. He wants to throw it. Going for 6. Touchdown, Oregon! Quick strike through the air for the score. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And the extra point extends the lead to 16.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
The sweet feet buy a little time, and he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
Hey, it's a heads-up play right there. Listen, you're trying to scramble, you're trying to make something happen. Nobody's open. You're not going to be able to get out of bounds. Just protect yourself. Get down on the ground, get what you can get, and live to play another day.
Here comes the heat. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point. They know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
Escapes the sack. Looking left. And they can't make the play on third down. And the Beavers line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and take it back. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And he fired a bullet in, but it's incomplete. It seems as if this old feud has been going on since Lewis and Clark set the foundation for the Oregon Trail. They've been playing since 1894, guys.
Game's been played for a long time, a lot on the line in the state of Oregon. Bragging rights, Jesse, for a whole year.
I feel like it's one of the rivalries in college.
Hits him inside the 20, still going. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. The Ducks racing to the line in a hurry-up. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Makes the grab. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. 29. On the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here's first and goal, and they could go to the locker room with a huge cushion. They'll try to get it in with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That changes the sequence, doesn't it? Like, you think first and goal, maybe I can pound this several times, and now you get the loss. Now you got to rethink things a little bit. Do I want to throw the football now? Do I feel comfortable even running the ball? So that was a big stop for this defense on first down.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. They'll run the option. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
He found some running room, but needed just a few inches more to put it in the end zone. Looking to throw. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So they started that drive barely into opponent's territory and went 48 yards. The offense will quickly use a timeout. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? one back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Beavers will boot it away to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. The Ducks headed quickly to the line.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick.
Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And they'll take over.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it in the tight windows, and it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
The Beavers are threatening on 1st and goal.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
As a former quarterback, guys, I love drag routes down close to the goal line. You're hoping you're going to get a mesh. You're going to get him freed up, and it's just a catch and walk in. But the defense makes the tackle. They're now setting up 4th down. Do you have the guts to go back to that same pass play here on offense?
Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. And the Ducks buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on 1st down. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. There he goes. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them the 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They'll run the option. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24. The Ducks with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. The option look. The give to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in.
Right down the gut of the field. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. The Ducks want to crank the tempo. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
A lot of times those draw plays are successful when those defensive linemen run up the field, rush the quarterback, create some holes. Not this time. The defensive line did a really good job understanding that, seeing the draw play, getting the running back, getting his butt on the ground.
It's gone. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. And the Ducks started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They try to pop a run on the draw. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking to fire. It's complete to the right. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. They're setting up the screen. Touchdown, Oregon! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. It's as if the Duck has hopped on that motorcycle and is revving the engine, and Oregon is threatening to drive away.
And Oregon's a team that, man, when they get it going, a lot of times they're just so hard to stop. The swag gets rolling. The uniform always looks good, but Oregon State's going to have to find something in this rivalry.
They need a big play, and they need it right now. The Beavers need to be able to slow down this runaway train that is the Oregon Ducks right now.
Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. A really disappointing end to that last drive, David. Getting stopped on 4th and goal, they'll try to regroup.
And I think I'm preaching to my squad right now. Listen, we drove the ball down the field. We didn't just punch it in. Let's put another drive together, Jesse, and this time, let's get some points.
You're right, because there were a lot of positives on that last drive. They did a lot of things really well. They just got to do a better job finishing.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Got his man on the right. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks. That's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Man, this guy is just starting to take this game over. Sack on 1st down, sack on 2nd down, and now on 3rd down, this offense, they better identify where this guy's lining up, and they better get him double-teamed because they can't.
He's going to throw deep right side. Hits him in stride at the 10. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
Well, the offense is finding success throwing this guy's way. He just had a massive, massive play, his longest catch of the game. And I think if you're on offense, you got to keep looking this guy's way. He's now starting to prove that he's eating his guy alive in coverage, and he needs more touches.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
They're desperate to do anything they can to try to slow down this guy who's just been spinning bean all day. A little carried away with that roughing penalty. In this area of the field, you want to get heat on the quarterback, but that roughing the passer penalty gives up a 1st and goal. And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the 3rd quarter stats. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Quarterback on the keeper. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
This offense hasn't been able to find the end zone with the GPS and a slide rule. Can they finally get a touchdown on 3rd and goal? Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. From the gun, looking for a man. To the end zone, and it's picked off. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Ducks! What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score. They push the lead out here in the 4th quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense here in the 4th quarter. They're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. And he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
0 points on the day. That's really all you have to say about this offense. It's been a struggle fest. They've been riding the struggle bus. They haven't done anything right today.
Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. They'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. This offense has it with really good field position. Now on the option. He'll toss it. They drag him down behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that hasn't happened very often. He has had a tremendous night.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the...
Oh, he's got some space. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one. The Ducks will hustle to the line. The give. Touchdown, Oregon! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now. They've got to find a rhythm.
CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And I bet the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to score points. This offensive line has not protected him at all, and that's why so many sacks keep happening.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. And the Beavers decide to punt it away. Hauls it in at the 25. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller has done.
Turning it on! And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force-feed you the football to try and ice this game, and he's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. On the option. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22.
And playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Can't make the grab, and this offense, which has been brilliant this season on 3rd down, doesn't convert this time. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Motion from the wide receiver. On 4th down, looking to pass. Gets it out quickly. He gets it all the way down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal from the 8. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Ducks are rolling down the field. He'll set up to throw. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Well, the defense is making some big plays here right up against their own goal line. They forced 2 straight incompletions, now setting up 3rd down. You're expecting pass again. Is this a situation where they're going to want to blitz, or do they stay back play zone and try to break on the ball?
We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll try to tack on a little extra to this lead with a touchdown here on 4th and goal. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Trying to find the end zone. He didn't make it. They'll have to give up the football, and hope is still alive. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face, and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today, they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next year.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's in the 4th quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Complete in the middle. He's going to have enough to pick up the 1st down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. The Beavers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the tight end.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some...
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Bringing the heat. And he throws another interception, his third of the night. Taking it the other way. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Got his man quickly. They kept him out of the end zone, but not before he gets it to the 1-yard line, and it'll be first and goal. From the gun. He's got it in the end zone for another touchdown, and this is a full-fledged beatdown. This guy's putting the Oregon offense on his shoulders, carrying them however you want, on the ground or through the air.
I mean, so fun to watch when you got a guy that can do this. And we've seen it with the Ducks in history, man. They've had some great ones that put their team on their shoulders. You need me to run it, I'll run it. You need me to throw it, I can do that too.
Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown, and there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into two.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. New set of downs after the completion. To the air on first down. He's got him. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to...
Turning on the Jets. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32. After this, it'll be a wrap. Looking to throw on first down. Fires toward the end zone. For the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. So as they've done so many times in this in-state rivalry,